Greetings, friends. Even though Har Sinai, Mount Sinai, is the lowest of the mountains, it's the eternal reference point. This is the peak that we have been climbing since Bereshit, the beginning of the Torah. Everything in history centers around Har Sinai. Not only is the meeting between Hashem and Am Yisrael, the Jewish people, the central focus of Jewish history, it's the central explanation for the relationship between the nations and Israel. The word Sinai, with its implication of Sina, hatred, defines their attitude toward us. In the famous words of Rashi, Halacha hi, it is a well-known fact that Esav hates Yaakov. Har Sinai presents us with a monumental challenge. Every day, I confront menial tasks. When I cross something off the list, I'm happy as if I've accomplished something. But the list is endless. As soon as I cross something off, new items appear. It's like the plague of frogs in Egypt. When the Egyptians would hit one frog, it would split into countless others. You think you're getting somewhere, but it's a trick of the Satan, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. When our father, Yaakov, battled the angel of Esav, this is what he was battling. The angel wants Yaakov and his children to spend their lives the way Esav spent his life, drowning in the affairs of this world. Quote, Esav became one who knows trapping, a man of the field. But Yaakov was a wholesome man, abiding in tents. Esav said to Yaakov, pour into me now some of that very red stuff, for he was exhausted. Why was Esav exhausted? Esav was exhausted because of his obsession with immorality, with hunting, and eating red meat. Yaakov, on the other hand, spent his life elevating his soul and bringing sanctity into the world. The culmination of Yaakov's heroic efforts occurs here in our Parsha, this week's Parsha, at Har Sinai, as Hashem presents the Torah to his children. But Esav does not give up. Since then, he's been trying to pull us away from the Torah we received on that mountain. Esav cannot abide that we have established an eternal relationship with the ruler of the universe. Today, the nations of the world are mounting their last-ditch effort to detach us, God forbid, from our eternal heritage. They're promulgating decrees, attacking Torah study, outlawing shechita ritual, halachic slaughter of animals, kosher animals, denigrating our way of life, insulting our great rabbis, and trying to isolate the land of Israel. Har Sinai was surrounded by dark clouds, lightning bolts, thunderclaps, fearsome manifestations of power. It took a Moshe Rabbeinu, a Moses who was totally focused on his relationship with the master of the universe, to climb that mountain and hear Hashem's words. As with the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, and the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur, one stray thought would have been fatal. But Moshe Rabbeinu trained himself to focus on Hashem. My friends, as I write, I've just heard about the Petira, the death of 3 Torah leaders, 3 great men, all within a few hours. Rabbi Meshulam David Soloveitchik, Zechel Tzadik Livracha, Rosh HaYeshiva of Brisk, Rabbi Yitzchak Shiner, Zeitzer Tzadik Livracha, Rosh Yeshiva of Kamenetz, and Rabbi Dr. Avram Tversky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. How many such people remain in our world? Quote, the children of Israel groaned and they cried out. Their outcry went up to Hashem. Hashem heard their moaning, and Hashem remembered his bris with Abraham, with Yitzchak, and with Yaakov. Hashem saw the children of Israel, and Hashem knew. Right now, everything is at stake. The Yetzer Hara is trying to drown out the voice of God. He's pushing the world toward Esav's total focus on Gashmias materialism. He's pushing the world toward Sinah, hatred of Am Yisrael. A dark cloud covers the mountain. The thunder is deafening, lightning is flashing. There's a fearsome storm in the world. We need to run for cover. We need to run to Torah, and we need to run to Achdus, unity. There's nowhere else to go. Nowhere. Quote, behold, Hashem was passing, and a great powerful wind smashing mountains and breaking rocks went before Hashem. Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet, was told Hashem is not in the wind. After the wind came an earthquake. Hashem is not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire. Hashem is not in the fire. After the fire came a still, thin voice, still thin sound. There's so much noise in the world, so much sheker. The angel of Esav wants us to drown in the commotion of the marketplace, the blare of the television, the shrieking emptiness. But that is not our world. The Shemona Esrei ends with the bracha of peace. Quote, establish abundant peace upon your people Israel forever. May it be good in your eyes to bless your people Israel at every time and every hour with your peace. Bringing peace to the world requires huge effort, but we can strive for closeness to Hashem. We can tune out the noise. We can fight the Yetzer Hara. This is the biggest fight in the world, but this is what life is all about. If we listen carefully, we can hear the still small sound. This is a quote from this week's Haftarah. Quote, for a child has been born to us, a son has been given to us, and the authority will rest on his shoulders. To him who will be great in authority and have peace without limit, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to establish it and sustain it through justice and righteousness from now to eternity. The zealousness of Hashem, Master of Legions, will accomplish this. May we see it soon in our days. Good Shabbos.